Quite the milestone for Big Brothers Big Sisters of Canada. The organization has turned a century old. Now this weekend, the border city celebrated by hosting their annual Bowl for Kids' Sake event.
Dozens of people put on their bowling shoes and took to the lanes as Big Brothers Big Sisters held their 13th annual bowling night. While the organization in the border city may not be as old as its national counterpart, they've grown a lot since being incorporated almost 20 years ago.
When I started here, we had 20, 25 matches. Now we have 46, and we have our waiting list is down to about 40 kids on the waiting list. When I started with Big Brothers Big Sisters, it was 79. That said, we always need volunteers. We always need mentors for all of the kids in our programs.
And some teams really got into the spirit of the night.
This year the theme is Happy 100th Anniversary for Big Brothers Big Sisters, and our team decided to put 100 of any items onto a t-shirt. So I myself chose buttons, which is the first time I've ever sewed. And then we've got pennies, and we have googly eyes, and we have stars. So it's just kind of a fun way to show our celebration for the 100th anniversary.
Teams that participated raised money for the cause and all believe in the program.
It's really important because growing up without role models is really hard on people, and it's a really big influence in their life. So to be a big part of the community and to help the kids have role models, I think it's a good idea. It's really great.
Anything you can do to support kids and adolescents to have a better upbringing and better role models, it's a great reason.
The organization hopes to raise $40,000 with the bowling night, with all proceeds staying locally for various programs.
My favorite thing is seeing the kids grow up and make those healthy choices that they possibly may not have made without having someone in their life. Just the extra encouragement that we can give them, and seeing them graduate and stay in school and just form healthier lives.
For more information on how to donate or volunteer, visit the Big Brothers Big Sisters website. Bart Pediasic, Newcap News.
It's not often you see reality TV stars make their way to the border city, but Duck Dynasty couple Jep and Jessica Robertson did just that. They were special guests at this weekend's showcase. Bart Pediasic talked to the couple beforehand and finds out how real the show actually is and how they are dealing with the newfound success.
It's become a reality TV phenomenon. The show, based on a family who made their fortune in duck calls, has quickly gained popularity in both the States and Canada. But just how real is reality TV?
No, it's usually all real as far as the drama.
The competitiveness is
yeah,
real.
The competitiveness you can't make up with the Robertsons. So, but in the end, we'll get mad at each other, for a short time, but we always make up, just like on the show. We sit around the table, and in the end, it turns out good.
We don't allow for, grudges to be held. So by the end of the day, we laugh about it. We say we're two different people. We may have disagreements, but we love each other, and that's really what keeps us together.
And their popularity keeps growing, as the packed house in the Prairie Room shows. Everyone can't get enough Duck Dynasty.
You can't plan for it. I think last week I looked at it and we were #1 on cable television. I think it was us and The Walking Dead, which is a pretty good show too. But I don't know how you really plan to be like one of the top shows on cable, but we're enjoying it.
And if you're wondering where those iconic beards come from.
And I would always grow one out for hunting season, then I'd shave it off, and then I'm probably 7-8 years ago, I said, why do I keep shaving this thing off? I'm just going to keep this beard year round. Just be like Dad, and then we just all kind of started doing it way before TV shows or anything like that.
And Jep says the newfound fame hasn't changed them much.
It takes a little bit longer sometimes to do things back home. You go to the grocery store and, people want to take pictures and that kind of stuff. But besides that, I got a nicer truck. That's about it.
Bart Pediasic, Newcap News.
This installment of Retrospect this week from the archives is dedicated to the story of the earliest European settlers to the area. Now, the story of the bar colonists is one of hardship and triumph, the stuff Canadian legends are made from. Brian Hardy retells the story.
This week in 2011, we were treated to a history lesson.
Free land.
That was the promise which brought people to Canada by the thousands, and Isaac Barr wanted to provide it. But as Emily Zeben from the Lloydminster Archives explains, the land wasn't exactly for free.
The stipulations were that you had to be male, over 18. They had to also break the 80 acres of that quarter section that they were going to get, and then at the end of the 3 years they would get title for the land.
In the early 1900s, England suffered from unemployment, and Reverend Lloyd promoted emigration to Canada. Lloyd and Barr joined forces to bring over a group of people who wanted to begin a new life. Barr had planned for 500 colonists, but ended up with over 2,000 people. After a long and difficult journey from Britain, the original colonists finally arrived in what was soon to be called Lloydminster. The majority of people who came were not experienced with agriculture and were small business merchants. Many struggled with learning basic farming techniques. After surviving harsh winter conditions, the colonists began building their houses and plowing their fields, but summer brought prairie fires which threatened and often destroyed their homes. In spite of all their hardships, their dedication reaped rewards.
Everyone helped everyone. There was music and dances, and so even though they had all these hardships, they managed to get through it because they had each other.
For more information on the Barr colonists and their lives, you can go to the Lloydminster Archives or here at the Barr Colony Heritage Cultural Centre. Tegan Wingfield, Newcap News.
Join us next time when Jolly Jokers have some fun on Retrospect.